Okay, well, welcome to Angels with Scaly Wings, Part 3? Part 3. And we're going to finish the game today. Or at least we're going to finish Adine's route. I do want to go back and do Remy's. I don't know if I want to do that on stream or not. We'll see how this goes. If people are interested in seeing it, I'll play it. But then again, I have a tiny audience. I love you all, but I've got a tiny audience. Not a lot of people who might care. But that's okay. Welcome, anybody who's here. I love you all. So, let's... Oh, shit, I hit start. That was not what I want to do. We're gonna load. Okay, so we are to, we're to the final day now, the final chapter with the fireworks festival. So, I'm very, conflict, chapter 5, like the conflict card. What is around Maverick's neck? What's this bit? Maybe we'll find out, who knows. But the fireworks, I'm very curious to see what Adine's reaction to the fireworks is. So, I'm kind of wondering, too, there was a gallery option, and none of the pictures were filled in, even though I've got a few of the, screenshot pictures, like the one with Remy when he dropped the dessert, or Adine in the shower, I'm sure those are some of, the screenshot options or whatever, or, the gallery options. So, I haven't unlocked any of those. Maybe that'll be when the game's done. Maybe they unlock based on route. There are probably more. We'll find out. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. Today's the day of the big fireworks. Who shall I bring? Adine, clearly. I guess she's here. Are you ready? Ready for what? The fireworks, silly. Oh, of course, let's go. Yeah, fucking duh, Jimmy John, how dense are you? After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. Here we are. If this is everyone, I'm disappointed. I thought it would be crowded here. This is actually one of my training spots, and it turns out you can see the fireworks pretty well from here, too. So this is your secret spot, then? I guess you could say so. Well, now that I know of it, I suppose it's not so secret anymore. Not if you keep it to yourself. We can make it our secret. Oh, that's cute. If you say so. Hey, looks like it's starting. Now take a good look. We waited quietly as the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon, I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colors, none of which we're going to see, because this is a visual novel and they don't believe in animating it. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. Oh no, we get to see it! Oh, nice. That's pretty. That's a cute drawing. I wonder how they made that. Did they use Adobe? Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. Considering how public of an event this was, and how everyone would be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Reza to make his move. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of the fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever have. As the portal had been repaired by the mysterious person I met, now was the perfect time for Reza to make his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. Adine, I think we need to go, now. Stop joking around, Jimmy John, you still haven't seen the best part. I know where Reza is, we need to stop him. Are you serious? Yes, I am. What should we do then? Maybe you could fly and get us some help. I'll try to buy us some time by confronting him. Alright, where should I meet you? Somewhere near the portal. He'll be there. Let's go. So we're gonna split up. Let's see. Let's see where this goes. I like a lot of the stills in this. This is some good artwork. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad it was still turned off and didn't appear to have been used recently, but it meant Reza was still here somewhere. I looked around, thinking about where he could go, or if it was even worth waiting for him, here when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Hesitating, I drew nearer. No! 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 Sebastian! No! What? I checked Sebastian for any signs of life and found nothing. However, his body was still warm. Reza was here very recently, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? No! That fucking breaks my heart. Yeah, bad timing is right. Welcome to the stream, Grant. My heart's getting... I read in the reviews that this was gonna hurt. I wasn't ready to... Okay, look, I get emotional over stories. I might start crying. Oh my god. That... Oh, that fucking sucks. Damn it. Oh my god. Sebastian's guard post was not just for the portal itself, but also the surrounding area. Since Reza was already here, he probably had some unfinished business very close by. Yeah, we lost another one, damn right! The underground building. The administrator had told me all about the prowess of the generators within. It probably hadn't been hard for Reza to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. He also didn't have far to go from the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. I could have waited for Reza here, but in the end, I decided it would be better to meet him underground. If there was going to be a confrontation, I was sure it would have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building's entry, as it was in a roped-off area that I had seen from afar before. Oh my god, my fucking heart, dude. I can't. When I entered the building, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Reza had to be very close. I wasn't surprised at the building still having electricity, since its generators were also powering the portal. Who's alive right now? So far, the only characters, main characters that have died are Anna and Sebastian. But based on your wording, I assume more people are gonna die. My heart! Fucking kill me. Suddenly, one of the doors opened, and out came Reza, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. Jimmy John, you're here. Oh no, I forgot what voice Oh yeah, Jimmy John, you're here? I don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you the whole time. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here. No! No? What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything until you answer a few questions. You want to talk now? Sure, why not? We've probably got a few hours if we wanted to. None of them will disturb us here. We could even get the backup generators as well after we send this one over. When did you realize we were in the past? How did you know about the comet? I've known for a while. It's what I wanted to talk with you about when we met at the portal. How about you? I only recently found out. Looking back, it just seems so obvious to me now. I'm not sure how exactly you figured it out, but there's so many damn clues when you think about it. I mean, how could a supposedly completely different independent civilization speak the same language as us? What was this supposed to be, an alternate reality? No, it was just a different time. Also, I'm sure that's not the voice I gave him in episode 1, but that was 2 days ago. So fuck it. This is a good voice for this bastard, so... When was there ever anything resembling these creatures on Earth? It's not hard to make the jump from dragons to dinosaurs when some of them here look pretty damn near identical to dinosaurs we know about. And then, there are also the prehistoric fruits, the plants, and the fact that their technological level is nearly exactly the same as our own past society. But we don't even have to think that abstract. You just need to look at the sky. I feel bad for knowing something that you may not have noticed, but I'm sure it'd be a good idea to mention it. Okay, so you mentioned something yesterday. Don't say it. Don't say it. But you mentioned the super, something big was gonna happen. The solar flare is what fucked up the teleporter, right? What cut off the masked man, Zemna Namnanort, with his time travel. what got him cut off. That much I get. But don't say anything else. No spoilers. I enjoy the analytical side of it, and if you say something, I'm gonna figure it out, so shush. Please shush. The sun, the moon, even the stars are the same. Constellations change over time, of course, but you know we could account for that stuff. You could have just pointed your PDA at the sky and it would have told you the time period, including the imminent threat of being eradicated. You could even see the meteorite in the sky and how it would change its position day after day. Are you done being condescending? I guess so. You killed those dragons, Reza. What a brilliant deduction, Sherlock. Why did you do it? Do you really need me to spell it out? I thought better of you. What I was referring to? Okay, good. So I knew that part, but shush. Damn it, Grant, shush. I mean, but by all means, keep chatting, but shush about the plot. After I found out the truth about this place, I knew just waiting for the generators we were owed was not an option anymore. It would have taken who knows how long, but I didn't intend to stay a day longer than necessary. You wouldn't believe how hard it was for me to acquire some generators. Some of the dragons didn't go down easily. But who cares that they got back the generators I stole? With just this one, we won't need any of the others. You're right, but I can't see what you're talking about. Yeah, it's not a spoiler if you can already see what I'm talking about, but I can't. Because I just started this back up. So... how could you do this? How could I do this? Let me ask you this. What harm is there really in taking their generators when their whole civilization will be gone in a few weeks anyway? The ones I killed just died a little earlier than scheduled. Even if that creep hadn't shown up and interrupted our meeting, we would have had the time for them to make the generators for us. No, we wouldn't have the time for them to make the generators for us. How about we don't let them all die? They aren't going to be extinct anytime soon, if that's what you're concerned about. I paid the hatchery another visit before I came here. With the right persuasion, I think we'll have plenty of reasons to keep at least some of them around. Bodyguards, border patrols, weapons, even as pets or companions as long as we make the necessary changes. See, it's not as bad as you might think. I'm not going to just abandon them like that, only for their whole civilization to be wiped out. Get your priorities straight, Jimmy John! That fucking name, I shouldn't have gone with that name. Next, you'd rather starve, because you suddenly empathize with a steak, and you're not satisfied just starving by yourself. No, you're going to let all of us starve, because you want to impose your morals on everyone. Since when do you think that you get to have any say in this? You know why you're here. What you're proposing is treason, and you know the consequences. Personally, I don't mind if you want to stay here. You know I don't care about corporal punishment. Just let me through, and you can do whatever you wish. Can't do that, Reza. I see how it is. They've told you they need this generator to stop the comet, huh? And now you've become their lackey. Don't tell me you've been drinking up what they've been telling you. You know they have as much of a vested interest in this whole thing as humanity does, that I and you do, or at least used to. Do you think they wouldn't do the same thing if it was their families on the line instead of ours? Their entire world is on the line here. They live in perfect harmony, with their perfect green energy source and no reason for wars or conflicts, yada yada yada. We had that too, and you know what happened then? Of course you do. This is such an idiotic trope, you know. Random person meets weird natives, learns their ways, and then ends up saving them. What do they need you for, huh? Maybe they're going to be extinct for a reason if they can't even save themselves. You know of our suffering, yet we'll let them have it? I don't care what happens to them, but unlike you, I was at least trying to save humanity. At any cost. We have the solution right here, and you want to get philosophical now? Don't you think we deserve it? They've had it for who knows how long. Now it's time for us. Not like this. Do you think I like it? If there was a different way, I wouldn't have spent the last few weeks doing what you didn't. We don't live in this fairy tale world of yours where there's a perfect solution to everything. You should know that. Just being here for a few weeks must have messed you up. I think I know why. You got too used to all the comforts they have here. You actually don't care if they all die back home, do you? As long as you can stay here in this perfect little world of yours, you have discarded everything and everyone back home and replaced it with this. Maybe it's because you just don't have a life back home. I can't even understand that a little. Of course, it would be nice to just stay here where they have everything we don't. But being here also reminded me of everything I hated about our world as it used to be. The pettiness and the politics. Say about the solar flare what you want, but it leveled the playing field and gave people like us a chance to make a difference. For all of our efforts, what did we get? A vote that was meaningless in a sea of stupidity and lies. Now everyone has to pull their own weight. We make the rules. You, of all people, should understand. Of course they wouldn't. They haven't experienced how it is to live like we do now. To see the world burn and everything you know die around you. And because I have, I won't let the same thing happen to them. How many do you think died back home just in the 2 weeks you've been here because we don't have power for the hospital, huh? Do you think those victims aren't worth mentioning, or do you just care about the few dragons I killed? Our city is the last bastion of a civilized society in a world where nothing else is left. Maybe you've forgotten about them, but I haven't. How many of us do you think will still be there in a month, a year, or are they just a statistic to you? Same could be said for the dragons. What do you want to do, talk me down from doing this? And then what? It's too late anyway. You think they're just going to let us go after what I've done? Fat chance. Whatever you may think, you'll find that our leaders back home agree with my course of action. Why are you telling me this? Because I expect you to join me. That's not gonna happen. And you call yourself an ambassador? This generator is the only thing we need for our city to survive. How can you even argue about this? The dragons also need that generator, and I'll do what's necessary to stop you if I have to. So that makes you judge, jury, and executioner. What a wonderful set of morals you have there, Jimmy John. We only need to wait until the comet has passed safely. You think you can stop the comet? And you need this generator to do that? Sure, and if your plan fails, then not only is this world gone, but we also lose any and all hope to save our own. We are so close now. We can't risk anything by waiting for your crazy plan. When back home, they are dying by the minute. I will not let you. You only want to save your own two-faced hide, because you don't want to have to face the consequences of what you did. Why are you laughing about this? Because it's a joke. It must be. I'm the one with the gun, and you thought you could just waltz in here and lecture me? Listening to you is fun and all, but the grown-ups must get back to work now. Forgive the barking in the background, I have doggos. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't stop me now anyway. Maybe I can. Suddenly, Maverick and Adine— No! No, not Adine! Get the fuck out of here, Adine! I will not have this! Adine, get the fuck out! I hope this is not what's going on. God damn it. You planned this, didn't you, Jimmy John? Traitor! And to think I let you distract me with such a cheap trick, just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you. No! Just let me go and I'll forget this thing ever happened. You got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Reza? You think this is worth risking your life for? I've been risking my life for this every day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator and the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity! Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. No, they belong to me. Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer who was slowly walking towards him. Who the fuck are you? Freeze, I said freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. You can't stop all of us. If you say so. Fuck! No! With not her mask off. Who is this? Okay, so I gave her a Zemnis voice. That probably wasn't right, but I'm keeping it. No! Adine! What the fuck? No! Fuck him up, Maverick! Fuck that boot! Dude, fuck him up! As Maverick ran towards him, Reza adjusted his aim before shooting at Maverick multiple times. Maverick stumbled and fell before Reza walked up to him, shot him in the— No! No! What now, Jimmy John? Are you going to let me through, or do I have to finish the job with you? Adine was lying on the ground next to me, injured. Okay, she's not dead yet. No! Wait, is this the bad ending? Oh my god, no! She's— No! My freaking heart, no! I looked over to Maverick and the administrator, both lay dead in a pool of their— No! No! This is fucked up, dude! I don't know if I can play this again. Oh my god! Holy shit! Now you hesitate to kill after doing all this? It's your choice. Please. Just go. If you told me that just a few minutes ago, I wouldn't have had to do all this. Heck, you could have come with me, you stupid idiot. But if you want to die here with everyone else, feel free. Alright, step over there and lie on the ground. If I see either of you moving before I'm gone, I'll shoot. I did as he said and could only watch as he took the generator and left. Holy shit. I swear to God, if Adine dies, I'm fucking done. I'm done. While both Maverick and the administrator were dead, it turned out that Adine's injury was fairly minor, and she soon got back— Oh, good, thank God. Oh my god, my heart. When I attempted to use the portal to follow Reza, however, I had to realize that Humanity's portal was not accessible. After Reza had arrived on the other side, he or Humanity must have quickly deactivated the portal in order to prevent anyone from connecting with it again. I warned the dragons about the comet, but without the generators from the underground building, they failed at diverting the comet enough to make a difference. As such, the only remaining option for me was to use the portal with the administrator's coordinates, which would enable me to travel back in time to the day of my arrival in this world. I met with Adine for one last time to tell her about my plan. I would use the portal to try again, hoping for a better outcome. There will always be another year, huh? What are you talking about? And that's what you told me during the summer festival when you talked me out of flying in the contest. There will always be another year, so I didn't have to fly in this one. Sorry. Don't be. You did what you could. Even if it has to end like this, I enjoyed my time with you. Let's not have any regrets now. Can she come back with me? Like, why not? Thank you. Remember when I asked you what you were gonna do if you knew the world was going to end? You told me you would say your last goodbyes and hope for the best. Is that what this is? Your last goodbyes? It's not a goodbye. This is an I'll see you in a better future. Can I just come with you? Fortunately, no. These coordinates are tied to my biometric data. Right. Only I can use them. Oh, well. Don't worry, I'll be back before you realize it and nothing will have happened. I'll wait for you. Aw. Oh, dude. That's it? That's the end of the game? my fuck. Dude. Dude, that's... Oh my god. Oh my god. That hurts my heart. Jesus. I'm glad I grabbed a beer before this started. I might need some rum. Holy shit. No, I can't. I have work tomorrow. I can't. Jesus. Oh. Amelie. Oh, fuck. That's... My god. So there's no way to like, save her or to save them. No! I'm... Fuck, dude. I'm seriously about to lose it. I'm about to lose it. Oh my god. That... Why do you have to show me that picture? Why is that the one they have to show me of Adine? Jesus. Oh my god. I've seen what lies beneath the mask. I've seen it. That was Adine's bad ending? How do I... You have to play through the game a number of times. During the next playthrough, you may want to take different choices. You may even find the information you gained this time to be helpful. You might even notice that prior choices have changed a character or aspect of the game's world permanently. At any rate, feel free to employ the game's skip buttons generously, as by default, they will only skip text that you've already seen, making subsequent playthroughs much more palatable. Can you find all the different endings? You've seen your first ending. There's gotta be a way to save Adine. There has to be. Okay, so I got her bad ending. How... She's in the background. I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude. I'm gonna lose it. Okay, there's nothing in the gallery. Okay, I must need to get good endings for that, right? That's what's gotta happen? Dude, that... Fuck. Okay. So here's my question. I've got the save. I've got the save for Remy. I could get Remy's bad ending. I'm assuming that, like, I assume this is kind of like an Undertale situation where you have to get, like, the not true ending before you're actually able to get the good endings. So... Oh my fucking god. I can't. Holy shit. Okay. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting to feel like a family member just died. Okay, before we move on... I'm gonna try to do some spoiler-free Googling. This is risky. I don't know if anyone watching has read the Wings of Fire books. They are... Yes, I'm Googling. That's what I'm gonna do. So, I don't know if anybody here has read the Wings of Fire books. Just to be safe, for no spoilers, I'm gonna say be very broad, but I was looking up some pictures of a few characters, and it spoiled the ending of the 4th book. I will say no more. If you haven't read those books, Wings of Fire by Tui Sutherland. It's all about dragons. It's like the Warriors books. In fact, Tui Sutherland was part of the Aaron Hunter team who wrote those, so similar pacing and everything. So if you want to know anything, you can ask me. Well, Grant, I will have to ask you then, my dude. What do I, in a non-spoiler way, what do I need to do to get Adine's ending? Like, good ending. Do I need to just play through the whole thing again? Or can I load the save now that the game has completion data and, like, finish it? Because I'll play through the whole game again. I don't know if I'll do the whole game on stream, but I'll play through the whole game again. And is it oh, continue your journey, Jimmy John. Oh, this is different. I think I need to play completely from the beginning. Wait, trauma. Was this the same card? Was this the same card from part 1? Okay. Now I know some stuff. Okay, so this is... Oh, I'm just here. It's a different card. Oh, wow, okay. Wait. Familiar feeling is my... Wait! No! The idea is because... Okay, we're not done yet. So this is your character after having gone through the first playthrough. You've done the reset. I see! We're not done with this game, boys! Okay. Okay. I'm about to... we're gonna pause this for a second. We're gonna put a pause on this while I explain something about time travel storytelling. Because this is one of the things that really got me when I was reading through Homestuck. Say what you want about, like, the cringiness of it, but I really liked it. I had fun with it. There are bits where characters travel back in time, and they have to leave behind these, what they call doomed versions of their, like, of characters. And it sucks because you read the story thinking that this version of the character, like, they introduce time travel in multiple universes, I get that. But you play through the game, or you read through the comic, and it's like, okay, these are the characters that are gonna be here, you know, this is what's going on. And then you realize that version, like, the first version that you meet of every character in Homestuck is not the one you finish the story with. I think even John, I think, you get a different John that you end up following. So, like, I'm familiar with these kind of stories, but that's why it hurts. That's why this hurts so much. Because I think I know where this is going, and it sucks that I can't save that version of those characters. Like... Okay, well, let's continue this. I've got some time tonight. I've got about an hour before I need to get to sleep so I can get to work. So let's play as far as we can, but... Oh my god. Okay. I awoke from uneasy dreams looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I looked around the room, illuminated by the sunlight coming in from the window. Outside in the distance, the portal I had emerged from... Pardon me. Emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything, along with his own home phone and work number. There were also some numbers for delivery of food and other necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services. He had certainly thought of everything, even though I now had to wonder what a dragon plumber might look like. Wait. Is this not... I remember that line, even though now I had to wonder what a dragon plumber... Do I still wonder that? Is it... My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, I was met by another dragon. Sebastian. Oh, he's not... Dude, No. No, this is not okay. Oh my god. This is like some Nier Automata bullshit, okay? This is multiple playthroughs, and they're fucking with me. Oh my god. I don't know if I can even do the fucking silly voice now that I know what happens. Hello, you must be Jimmy John. I'm Sebastian, and I'll be your escort, or security, I suppose. Usually I work for the police, though. Nice to meet you. He seemed a lot smaller than Remy, and when he somewhat nervously extended his arm towards me, I noticed the apparently only walked on his hind legs, the two forelimbs and stuff. Okay, I can skip things I've already seen, yeah? Is it tab? Oh, okay. I'm gonna shake his hand. Okay, here we go. Don't bother when he doesn't talk much. Let's see. Doesn't talk much. Just like you. Very, very funny. Okay, so they're gonna do their thing. We met Anna. Oh, wait, what'd she say? Oh, yeah, right. We're gonna give her the blood. Small device, okay. Did you give it to her? Yes. Oh, well, it's your choice. We've got no idea what they might do with it, though. Section in a satisfactory manner. If you wish, we could skip sections like this, which you've already cleared before. Again, isn't that great? How is this different from just using the skip buttons, you might ask? Well, here's the deal. Using the skip buttons can be tedious, especially when encountering puzzles you've already solved before or when faced with long dialogue trees. Sometimes it's just easier to jump over a whole section than speeding it up, you know? So during relevant sections, I will come in and ask you if you don't want to just outright jump ahead. Sound good so far? Times when you might still want to choose not to jump ahead like this and use the skip buttons, that's totally fine. Both methods have their own advantages and disadvantages. Jumping ahead will often skip minor choices that can be made, especially during character sections with lots of dialogue options. This can include parts that would unlock new achievements. However, jumping ahead will never skip important choices that you have to make, such as those that could result in good endings or the choices you make during investigations. It's up to you whether you want to use it or not, but it might save you some time. Either way, the choice is yours. Okay, so I'm not going for a full achievement run, so I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. And we'll do this throughout. If I actually want 100% this, then I'll do it. Let me see. Are you ready? I guess so. Okay, so I know who did all the killing. So I know it was Reza. They're inflicted with a sharp implement. Dragons don't use knives. Oh, actually we do. Mostly by those who have the proper hands to use them, but still. It could have only been someone with hands. That's right. Only those of us who walk on two legs have the proper dexterity to wield a knife effectively. Most of the dragons would probably just bite instead. Of course, this rules out most of the bigger dragons and flyers. But then, Reza still has his... what was it called again? You mean his gun? Yeah, if it was him, why would he kill someone with a knife rather than just use a gun? Oh, this is new. I can't skip this. Okay. He didn't want to make any noise. He didn't want to make any noise. After all, he ran away from Maverick trying to hide from the police. Something as loud as a gunshot would have easily given away his position and alerted others in the area. Right, that could be a good reason. By the way, which wound do you think was the lethal one? The one on his neck. That's right. If all the blood on it wasn't a giveaway, it's a stab wound. Okay, skip that. The blood splatter suggests that he died here. Else there wouldn't have been a trail we could follow. Splatters also suggest they fought. Those also suggest he fought back. Okay. You know what, kid? I'm impressed. Maybe we should have you around more often. Ending for every character before trying to get Adine's good ending. You think? Like leave the game on hers? Is that okay? I'll do what you say, Grant. I'll trust you. You did well in your first investigation. Oh, I didn't actually get the first achievement. Okay. Hey, Chief, do you still need the witness here for anything? Sebastian approached me with the dragon who had discovered the body earlier. I recognized her as Adine, the waitress in the cafe. Okay. Well, I'm a human. Well, I'd call you by your name, but you never actually told me yet. Oh god, I don't want to skip her dialogue. I don't want to think about the Adine that's dead. Like, fuck. Maybe I should be calling you officer then. I don't think I'm quite there yet. By the way, I didn't know you also did deliveries. Wait, what'd she say? It's nice. I liked my fish yesterday. You don't have to hide it. I know it's quite an acquired taste. And then make them all dead? Yes, it would! Stop reminding me! My heart! To be fair, I wouldn't have recommended it to someone new like you, but you could always try something different. Here's our number if you don't want to come in. We'll deliver anything we have to you. Thanks. Sorry, I guess we should get going. Bye. Oh my god. She's too cute, man. Let's see, I have something to prove. I have to be careful. He'll be looking for us soon enough. Okay. Eventually, yeah, I've already done this. Okay, who should I meet with? Okay. So, order some lunch is obviously Adine's route. Oh, yeah, we do have the basic status menu. Okay, cool. So we have... So what are these icons on the side that I can't, like, interact with? I'm assuming the blood is that I gave the blood. I don't know about the others two, though. We have, like, a picture frame and a exclamation? Okay, so... Honestly, I think we ought to do Anna's route. Oh, they're like items, sort of? Okay, gotcha. I think we ought to do Anna's route and Loren's route. Because we know that Anna could... Like, we know Anna dies, right? I want to see what her story is. And I don't know what happens to Lorenz. After the first thing, he fucks off and you don't get the option to see him again. So, I think we're gonna try to do... I think we're gonna try to do Anna and Lorem. Sorry, Lorem, not Lorenz. I'm thinking of a Fire Emblem character. I'm trusting you, Grant, that I don't need to do Adine's. I'm trusting you with this. I should save that for last. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to stream the whole, like, every single route. I don't know if I have the stamina for that. Because it's been exhausting, honestly, trying to do all the voices and everything. So, we'll see. We'll see. She told me to meet her here, so she's got to be around here somewhere. The production facility had many different wings, covering everything from research to processing, in addition to production. It was easy to get lost if you didn't know where you were going. I heard some commotion in the distance, and when I approached, I was surprised to see not only Anna, but Remy as well. They seemed to be in the middle of a heated conversation. I thought it would be inappropriate to approach now, so I remained several paces back, out of their field of vision, but still close enough to be able to make out their words. Because there's a lot of new content, skipping functions. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, see, that's the thing, though, is, like, I just did an entire route of Adine and most of Remy's, and I have to do that all again now. I mean, Remy's I might do again just because he was adorable. I loved his interactions, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, like I said, we'll finish out tonight. We'll do as much as we can, and I'll probably play some more tomorrow after work, but we'll see. We've heard the rumors. So you came to me on the basis of rumors. Is that how you operate? What do you want from me? This is not the first time you've been in trouble, you know. They might not be so lenient with you this time. I know what you're talking about. Consider this a warning. You should proceed carefully for your own good. If you wanted to threaten me, the least you could have done was to send someone more intimidating. You may be larger than I am, but even I can see that you're just a big coward. You wouldn't dare to put your dirty claws on me. I wouldn't. I'm here as a courtesy to you, not to threaten or intimidate. Do with that information whatever you wish. You know we'll be back, and if they find anything, there will be consequences. Do you think I care? This attitude of yours is not helpful. Neither are you. Neither are you. No, don't talk to Remy like that. Well, I've said what I came here to say. Good luck. Whatever. Remy turned to leave and started walking in my direction. I ducked behind a pillar, and when he went past, I wasn't sure if he'd seen me. Either way, he left, and I was safe to approach now. Hey, Anna. Hey, Jimmy John. Wait, how long have you been there? I saw everything. Not that it matters much anyway. This was just par for the course for me. I know Remy. What's the problem? The nerve of that guy! He probably wouldn't be so uptight if it wasn't for that thing with his girlfriend a few years ago. This bitch! Stop it! But I don't care about him. It's his superiors that are the problem. They don't like me and the research I'm doing. They cite their traditions and values, claiming that those are what have kept us alive for so long. If anything were to change, it would obviously fracture the base this society is built on, cause it all to collapse, tear apart families, and allow all hell to break loose. I'm sure she has her reasons, but Christ! Jesus, am I gonna look like the asshole for being upset at her? Is that what's gonna happen? Oh my god. That's probably what's gonna happen, isn't it? Like, I'm sure... This is, again, like, the characters are really well written. There's some clunkiness in the dialogue, but, like, it's there. There's so much here. At least if you believe those old-timers who keep repeating these phrases. And all that nonsense because of my research. Valuable research that could save lives, mind you. What kind of research are we talking about? I could show you sometime, but we're here to have fun, right? I thought you wanted to show me, since you said we were both in biology and all that. Sure, but after doing this all day, you'll have to excuse me for not wanting to talk about it even more. Wasting my time with that guy was just another setback. Not that I don't already have more than enough to work to do. Even right now, I'm supposed to be working overtime. I guess you can give me that tour some other time, then. I will. Oh, and thanks for the blood, by the way. The results aren't in yet, but I'll let you know when they are. Good. I'm just as curious about the results as you are. No, you aren't. Is she the one from Hatoful Boyfriend, the murder doctor? Concern. Is that Guillemon? No! No, it's not. But I think that would be hilarious. I think that would be, like... I see where you're getting that, Sasku, but no, this is not Guillemon. I hope not, because he was funny, but he was also kind of dumb. Like, he's not very smart, so... Whatever. Keep playing this. I hope this isn't going that direction. If I end up dead in her good ending, it's probably fine. Took my anxiety pill because I was feeling scared and overwhelmed. I'm sorry to hear that, Sasku. Hope everything works out. I mean, I'm having emotions right now, after finishing the first ending, so, you know. But welcome to the stream. Hang out for a while, you know, if it helps. Curiouser? Is that even a word? Oh, I didn't read the last part. I am way curiouser than you are. It is, since an author popularized its use where I come from. Then I am way more curiouser than you are. Not if I'm the curiousest. Excuse me for a moment, but I must weep for the English language. At this rate, why don't you just say you're the most curiouserest? I'm not sure. I'm not a linguistist. Wow. Kill me. A linguist. Are you? Not exactly, but I have a way with words. My tongue is quite skilled, or so I hear. Ooh. Ooh. Some might even say cunning. In any case, if you have to work overtime today, does that mean I should wait for you, or do you want me to come back another time? Neither. I think my break should start right about now. What a lucky coincidence. It is, isn't it? So, where are we going? I don't know where you are going, but I think I need a coffee or 5. You can tag along if you'd like. It would be my pleasure. We'll see if it'll be mine as well. I hope you brought your own money, though, because I'm not sharing. I didn't, but everything I purchase is taken care of by my ambassador status. Apply, fee, getting a job and interacting. Oh god, I remember those feelings, Sasku. Honestly, this is gonna sound like the most patronizing advice ever because I'm sure you've heard it before, but don't worry about it. I know that's impossible sometimes, especially when you're dealing with anxiety issues, but I struggled a lot with that too, probably not to the degree that you are, but when I was going in for my first interview, I was scared shitless, but it ended up working out great. All you gotta do is stay just neutral, answer questions, and present charisma. That's one of the most important things. Present a likable person. I mean, honestly, like, you're awesome. Like, you've been here before, you're pretty cool, so don't even worry about it. Like, honestly, I've got a friend of mine at work who deals with some pretty bad anxiety issues, and he's struggling with it. It's not getting better for him because he's got to learn to just take it as it is, take things as they come, and roll with it. I tell you, when I finally had that epiphany, that's what broke it for me. That's not, I know that, again, that probably sounds patronizing. That's not an easy thing for everybody to do, but I'm sure that you can do it. I'm sure of it. It may take some time, but you'll get there. Stick with it, honestly. I didn't, but everything alright, taking care of my ambassador status. Nice. Actually, that opens up some very interesting possibilities. Those are the over-the-counter too. Yeah, those are concerning. Because, I mean, like, if they're prescribed and you can get them over the counter, like, that might be one thing, but I can tell you, when I was struggling with some issues back in like, middle school and junior high, man, that shit, I was on some stuff, and it just made me feel dead, so, I don't know, if they help, awesome. They helped me, too. They'd help me gain a modicum of control over my emotions and everything, so, that was good, but, for me, they were more like training wheels, you know, like, I had to, they didn't fix the problem, but they helped me get there, so, you know, I hope you can get there too. I'm sure you can. Fuck the hope. You can get there. You'll do it. I promise. It might, but I'd rather not do anything too fishy. I don't want to raise any suspicion, you know. Good point. She seems deviant. This character seems like she's kind of. We're gonna do some interesting things with her, I'm sure. Well, let's go then. After you. I don't have a fedora, but if I did, I'd be fucking tipping it hard right now. So, after you, m'lady. Jesus. Okay, we're at the cafe. I hope we run into Adine. Finally, I can't wait to get some coffee into my system. Adine! She's here! My heart. Oh, hello, Jimmy John. Nice to see you again. Hey. Who's your companion? Can't you just take my order? I apologize. Let me try that again. Welcome to our establishment. My name's Adine, and I'll be your waitress today. What can I bring you to? I'll have a coffee. Thank you. And what can I bring the esteemed gentle person on the other side of the table? Okay. I was gonna say, if I choose coffee, you're right, though. You're probably right, Saskia. If I choose coffee, she's probably gonna be like, I'll probably make Anna happy. If I choose a soda, it'll probably make Adine happy. If I choose a beer, it probably won't make either of them happy, but hey, I'll be happy. So, you know, it'll be realistic. It'll be that. It'll be that. Bring beer. You know, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, Saskia. Like, I want to do the meme option. Maybe sometime later, like on a subsequent playthrough, I'll do like a stream of just total bullshit options just to fuck around. But I want to do this right. I'm gonna go coffee, because if I'm doing Anna's route, I need to go coffee. No problem. I'll be right back. What's her problem? I'm here to order something, not to chit-chat with the employees. I'm gonna say I know her. It's fine. If you say so. Here you go. Enjoy. Oh my god, Adine, my heart. I can't. Every time I see her, I can't. My heart. Oh, I totally needed that. So, you work in that facility. And your point is? What's your job there? I mean, what do you do exactly? We do all kinds of things. The truth is, we just have all kinds of specialized machinery there, which is used by many different people for many different purposes. The building is owned and run by the council, who oversees the schedule. It is quite handy, since you can go from research to testing and even manufacturing all in the same complex. I started out as a researcher in biology, which is still my main job, but I've been there so long and learned the ins and outs of the building so well that eventually I was asked to take over some managerial duties. Feeling better? Well, that's good, Saskia. I'm glad. Hang in there. Sure, it sounds more work. It means more work, but it also allows me to run a personal project every once in a while. Does that sate your curiosity? I've only seen glimpses, but it already sounds like a fascinating place. I'm not sure I'd go as far as to call it fascinating, but it surely does give me a lot of opportunities. Oh, I forgot to ask what you actually plan to do with my blood and the test results. What is this, an interrogation? Okay. I kind of want to say, yes, totally, you can call your lawyer if you'd like, because that's what I would say. But I'm going to go with I was just asking a question. Well, it's not the first. Excuse me, princess. I'm going to say, okay, I guess you don't like questions then. Well, no, I say, alright, I'll finish my drink quietly then, if that's what you prefer. Sorry, I'm just stressed from all the work lately. I'm not getting much respite between my regular work, overtime, personal projects, and other disturbances like that Remy sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. What do you usually do during your free time? Having a good work-life balance is very important, you know? I love my job, I really do. Actually, I love it so much that even in my free time, I still do things that have to do with biology. As I said, I've got the opportunity to do my own projects sometimes, so that's what I focus on when I get the chance. It would be a shame to pass up an opportunity like that without using it. With the current influx at work, I rarely leave the facility if I'm not eating or sleeping. Even right now, I'm only on break and have to go back for another shift. Maybe you should just do something else for a change. Maybe, but right now, that's not really an option. It would help if the council weren't constantly sending their lackeys to mess with me. So that wasn't the first time? No, I suppose I'm on their watch list or something. Why's that? It's a long story, and not one for a first date. So you're saying this is a date? No, I'm not saying that even if this was a date, I'm saying that even if this was a date, which would be more than whatever this is, it wouldn't be very appropriate. Stories about work aren't very romantic. It's always about work with you. Come on, you're on break. Maybe we should do something to take your mind off all that for once. One sec. Somebody wanted food. Anyway. Like what? Not sure. Do you have any other hobbies? Not really. Hey, waitress. Adine! She's back! My favorite! She's back! My heart! She's back! She was dead How can I help you? Do you have anything here to entertain your guests? Any games or other distractions? I'm not sure. Let me go check. What a good employee. She's on it. What exactly are you trying to do? I'm being cute and spontaneous? I'll remember this day. For good or bad, I'm not sure yet. It's more for the kids, but we don't really have anything else. It's fine, thank you. Have fun! God, Adine is my favorite! A board game? Really? I know it's not Nizki's textile merchant, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Textile merchant? Nizki? It's a game, never mind. Wait, is that really a game? Hold on. Hold the hell on. Hold right the hell on. No way! Okay, no, it's not. Wait. No! Does it exist? Hold on. Is this real? It crowd finale game board. What is this? The IT crowd finale. Wait. Finale had a parody of a board game review video as part of the episode. Dice Tower for visual inspiration. Oh my god, I thought that was real for a sec. I hope that's not real. Like, I hope that's not real. Well, I'm not convinced that this will accomplish anything, unless your goal is to make me regret this day. Seems to be a trivia game. Do you have any good general knowledge? Do you even know what kind of advanced knowledge I have to memorize and work with every single day? You bet I have good general knowledge. Certainly more than enough to beat a foreigner like you. Well, if you're so confident, maybe we should make a bet. What do you have in mind? Let's say if I win, I'll get to go on a real date with you. No fitting me in during your break, no complaining about everything, and no acting as if you're doing me a favor, especially because it was you who wanted to meet me in the first place. And if I win, I'll have you come in sometime so I can run more tests on you. Alright. Since it was your idea, it's only fair that I start. So how does this work? Seems to be pretty simple. We take turns drawing cards and asking questions until we both ask a number that we agree on beforehand. Whoever gets more right in the end wins. How many questions shall it be then? About 5. Let's make it 3. Not sure how long this will take, and my break won't be for too long either. Alright, go ahead. I saw mischief in her eyes, her stare piercing, paired with the hint of an arrogant smirk that exposed her anticipation. She seemed confident that she would win and loved every second of it. Slowly, her hand went over to the deck of cards and drew the topmost. Oh my god, it's actually like a fucking minigame. Okay, cool. Who is cited as one of our most important historians, his work spanning over 20 books, credited with mapping out our entire history since the beginning of sentience? Oh, that's Hezekiah Keel. Yeah, we know that. How could you even know something like that? You've only been here for what, a few days? Maybe you shouldn't underestimate me. Maybe. Let's see how you fare with your first question. Bring it. How far can you walk into the woods? Only until the middle. Anything after that, and you're walking out of the woods again. Damn, she's good. You're right. That's a rather weird question, though. I suppose I read the right kinds of books growing up. I know most of those trick questions. Let's see what the second question has in store for you, shall we? This is interesting. I like this. This is cool. Alright, if there are 5 apples and you take away 3, how many do you have? You take away 3. It's 3. You take away 3. You have 3. Guess you also know your trick questions. Apparently so. This is cool. I like this. Okay, here's your question. In which year of our timeline did we gain sentience? 0. The beginning of our timeline marks the event when we gain sentience. Right again. Have you played this game before? It's a children's game. These questions aren't really a challenge. Recommend meeting with Remy instead of Laura in this chapter so we don't have another abandoned scenario. Oh, you're right, because Anna dies, right? That's part of, because she, you know, I should not talk about those things, because if people are coming into the stream and they don't know what this game is, spoilers. So I'm gonna not mention, if it comes to, like, future discussion, I'm gonna keep it brief. But for anyone watching the archive, this is nothing is new. Yeah, I'll do Lorem the other 3 chapters in that case. I'll just go ahead and draw the next card so we can end this. Okay, this has got to be a trick question here. This has got to be hard. An adventurer who values his life has to choose between 3 rooms to cross. Which of the following will be the safest? Excuse me. I should stop smoking, probably. A room filled with poisonous gas, a room filled with 100 highly trained assassins, or a room submerged in water filled with alligators that have not eaten in 8 months. Hold on. Do your research. Yep. An adventurer who values his life has to choose between 3 rooms to cross. Which one of the following would be the safest? Honestly, I'm gonna go with none of these. He values his life. He's not gonna do it. That's right. All the rooms are equally deadly. Alligators can go up to 2 years or more without food, making room number 3 as deadly as the others. The other 2 rooms should not require any explanation. At least according to this card. To be honest, I think the answer is debatable. Don't worry, I'll still count it as the right answer for you. No need to get your tail caught in a door about it. That's cute. Better do it. Do your research. Better do it. Do my research how? How do you mean? I'm worried. Do I need the Google? Is that what I need? Looks like this is going to be the last question. Just get it over with already. What is the approximate acceleration speed of a nosediving flyer? I'll have to think about that one for a minute. I was just kidding. I still could have calculated that. Okay, here's the real question. What is the only substance known to be lighter in its solid form compared to its liquid state? Water. That seems to be correct. Of course it is, duh. Answered our questions correctly. Nice, new achievement, nice. Oh, making sure you didn't fall for the alligator ploy. Honestly, I was thinking more like the adventurer values his life. He's a pussy. He's gonna back out. Like, he's not gonna do any... He'd be like, fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. That'll be his whole thing. That's what he's gonna do. It's it. It's the stupid version. That's how I know that's the right answer. Welcome back, Sasku. Welcome back. Well, it appears to me that our game has ended in a tie. What do you propose? I say we both get our awards. After all, we each made a good effort to get them. That's fine with me. I won't have a spot in the facility to do the tests for a while, though, so I suppose next time we meet, it'll be a date. No, that was cool talk. Alright, well, thanks. Again, I'm not good at, like... Don't take my word for it. You know, like, seek other sources, but I can only share my experiences. I can't necessarily speak to solving somebody else's problems, because I don't know where they came from, but I can at least share my experience, if nothing else. Don't forget what I said earlier about what I expect from you on this date. You better be on your best behavior. I'll try. Thank you. In any case, I should get back to work. My break is just about over. See you soon, then? Of course, and I'll make sure you deliver your part of the deal. See you soon. Despite all odds, I managed to match her perfect score in the game we played. Even though my bet of forcing her to go on a proper date with me was more to get back at her for her earlier rudeness, I had not expected this outcome. I was not even sure what I expected from this meeting in the first place, but now I was locked into going on a date with her and being her own personal guinea pig. Whether anything good would come of this, I wasn't sure. Alright, well that was cute. Okay, so Grant, you recommended doing Remy's route, right? Wait, I can meet with Sebastian? Oh, his must be, like, the second option. Like, okay, so there are certain things that haven't... I'm wondering if I should look up, like, a timeline for who's available when. Because you're right, I don't want to get locked out of Remy's route again. So, in fact, I'm going to save my game real quick. Let's go ahead and save over the Remy route. Because I will get to that ending later. Yeah, Grant Seb, should I do his... Well, let me tell you, Sasku, he is one hell of a butler. I mean, police officer. I mean, whatever. You get the reference. You're making the reference, and I'm getting the reference. is what's going on. So, Grant, do you think I should do Seb, or should I do Remy in this case? Because you said I can do Lorem later. I'd like to do that due to some stuff with Anna. Good. Yes, Black Butler. I love it. Seb is cool. I should do Seb? Okay. Let me just save one more. I want to make sure I saved this correctly. Oh, I can see all the achievements. Okay. Order the daily special. Read a bunch of books. Take a dragon dose of medication. Yeah, I know where this is going. Drink a mysterious liquid. Refuse to help Bryce 99 times. What? Reject Bryce's invitation. Get Adine to remove her headgear. Aww. Beat Sebastian at his own game. Interrogate Damien. Acquire the bloody bandage. Find a handful of dirt. I should probably stop looking at this. Like, this is gonna be spoilers. Listen to a bunch of music, look at Bryce's magazine, examine Bryce's blanket, meet with Emra, acquire a map. Find a mysterious space, play a prank. I gotta stop reading this. I gotta stop. Okay, we'll do, see, I really want to do Remy's, though. Because it's possible to get the good ending for a character now, right? Like, do I have to get a character's bad ending before I get their good ending? I hope not, because shit, like, I would probably go do Remy right now if that were the case. I don't know. Hopefully I can just do Lorem later. I think that'd be good. There's gotta be an achievement. You're kinda on the track? Okay, so it's possible? Like, it's possible to get Remy's good ending without doing his bad ending? Or do I have to do his bad ending? Go ahead and answer that directly, please. Like, I know I said, like, no spoilers and stuff, but, like, I just want to know, because I want to know which option I should go with next. Like, what's going to be the most time efficient? And me sitting here, like, deliberating it is probably making it worse. I'd probably be most of the way to a conversation by now. So, Remy Little Chef? No, but that would be funny. I honestly kind of thought that, and every time I say Remy, I can't help but think of that movie, whose name I don't remember, but whose rat I remember. He was in Kingdom Hearts 3. He gives you a Keyblade if you cook everything. And 7 another playthrough. Gotcha. Will do. We'll start with that then. Tell me a meme in the lobby. Nobody's here. You've already experienced this scene in a satisfactory manner. Skip to the end? Yes. Okay. Cool. Anyways, thank you for your help. Oh, that's not the right voice. Pardon me. Anyways, thank you for your help. If there's any way I can repay you, just let me know. How about a kiss? I'm gonna say, how about you invite me to dinner sometime? That's fine with me. You've got my number, so call me about it when you have the time. God, Remy is the best, man. I fucking love this dude. Not like that way, but he's cool. Already experienced this section in a satisfactory manner. Yes. So we'll just skip through these for now. I think when I'm going for specific achievements, if I do, I'll, like, I don't know, maybe I'll just look those up and see what story happens. That's fine. So what should I do? Okay, so I've already visited the library to see Remy. I guess the production facility would be to see Anna, right? That sounds right. We'll start with that. We'll go to the production facility. Yo, I'm right over here. Because that's where we're gonna see Anna, I assume. Reza was allegedly here at some point. Maybe I should ask Anna. Hello? Man, I'm really pounding that door. Anyway, anybody here? Oh, who are you? Oh my, oh, why's the camera gotta keep panning down?
Can I help you?
I was just looking for Anna. This is her lab, right?
Why don't I ever get any recognition? This is my lab as much as it is hers.
Wait, no. I'll give him the Hojo voice. That's what I'll do. The, like, machine-abridged Hojo voice.
Either way, Anna is not here. Would that be all?
Since you work here, maybe you can help me instead.
Oh, of course. Your precious Anna isn't here, so you'll have to settle for me. I see how it is.
That's not what I meant.
Of course, of course. Let's just get this over with.
You can start by telling me who you are.
Here's the short version. My name is...
Oh, this is Damien.
My name is Damien. I work in this facility, and I'm unfortunate enough to live...
Excuse me. Good God, my voice was not ready for that.
I'm unfortunate to live the nightmare of having to deal with Anna on a daily basis. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
And you are?
You don't know who I am?
Of course I know who you are, but your assumption validated the point I was going to make. You see, this whole thing about you coming here has been blown out of proportion. It's like it's some huge event that everyone should be celebrating. Newsflash, not everyone cares. Once both of you are gone, life will return to normal, and we can all go back to what we actually should be doing.
You're excused. Thank you. I imagine a lot of it has to do with those human myths you have.
I can only reiterate, not everyone cares. What exactly did you want again?
I'm gonna say, has Reza been here recently? Do you know anything about Rez's visits to this facility?
I've seen him a few times. He would come by to ask about the progress of the generators. There was this one time when Anna told him she'd have news, but when he came over, she just wanted to run some tests on him.
Did he go through with it?
No, he wanted some compensation, I suppose. Nothing she could offer satisfied him, however, and that was that.
I'm gonna see, what kind of research are you doing?
Right now, guess who got tasked with running all those tests on your blood?
You did?
That's right. While she goes out and does whatever the heck she wants, I get to keep an eye on the experiment.
Any interesting results?
Not just yet, but soon we'll know more about your body than you do.
That's fine. That's all good. You're right. What kind of research is Anna doing?
Cancer research. She thinks she can cure it, but she's out of her mind.
Is that such a bad thing?
The way she does it, yes. She's wasting resources that could be better spent on projects with an actual chance of success.
Okay, how long have you known Anna?
Why do you care about that?
Maybe I want to find out what kind of person she is. You might have an idea.
I'll put it this way, I've known her far too long.
That's all. Thanks for your help.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done that part. Oh, I interrogated Damon. Oh, that was the interrogator mission. Okay, cool. Let's see. So, if we do the grocery store, I think that's where we meet Vera for the first time? Let's see. What does the status page show right now? Wait, duty. The card's different! The card is completely different. What? Oh, you meet her on the second time? Okay. So, I don't know then. I forget what the deal was. Why I'm doing this. I probably shouldn't have skipped the last part. Well, if I visit the library, I'm gonna see Remy. Deja vu from years ago. Oh god, I hate that! I hate when that happens. Like, I'll hear something, or like I'll smell something, and be like, back in time, dude. I don't know where, I can't place it. Oh, store is the second time you see her, I see. Okay, in that case, we'll go... Why don't we do Tatsu Park? We didn't do that last time. I just somehow seen that scenery. Huh. Tatsu Park, here I am. I don't know what I'm even looking for, though. Search the shrubbery. Yeah, this totally won't look strange or suspicious. Here we go. I found some dirt. There doesn't seem to be anything else here. You found... That's the handful of dirt achievement! Okay. Let's read the sign. This park is dedicated to our creator, to whom we owe our sentience and existence. As it is our duty to remember, this place honors them every day with its beauty and grants a place of recreation and contemplation to all of us. Okay, let's look at the map. This park is bigger than I thought. I could go north towards Tatsu Avenue, which apparently is a nice spot to look at the landscape, or south to the political district. Where should I go? Let's go toward the... Let's go north. I don't want to deal with the fucking administrator. Whatever. I don't want to deal with her. So let's just go Tatsu Avenue north. Oh! This was... I just had a rush of emotion there. Because my first thought was, oh! This was where Remy asked me if I liked him, and I friend-zoned him. The other thing I'm thinking is, god damn it, there's a bench, and if I sit down, my best friend is gonna come up to me and make confessions, and it's gonna be a problem. So... I'm concerned. Like... Concerned. So... You know what? Let's rest on the bench. The hatch? Okay, let's do the hatch. Fuck it, I don't want anything to do with the bench. On the metal covering of the hatch, there are two buttons, which are situated to the left and the right of a central circular lever. The arrow on the lever is pointing up. Let's... Ooh. You know, I'll bet this is something that I get the combo for in a later playthrough. Like later in the playthrough, and I'll have to remember it and come back. Let's push the second button. Let's flush with the metal covering of the hatch. And let's turn the lever clockwise. The arrow on the lever is now pointing right. Okay, so this is clearly a puzzle. I don't think I have anything to, like, help with this, though. Let's press the second button again. So, I'm covering a hatch. Oh, wait, no. So, is this like a padlock? Let's just push both buttons, fuck it. I'm just gonna fuck around with this for like a minute. Oh, wait, what? Wait, that did it? Okay. I look down to see the maintenance tunnels for the underground drain system. A pale object starkly contrasts against the pitch black backdrop. Go check it out. Yeah, I'll just climb on down in there. It's fine. It's not like there's a super secret serial murder down there. It's a cloth with suspicious red mark. That's the... I'm doing the shit! You acquired a bloody bandage. I guess that's all to be found down here. Oh shit, a ladder! Wow, okay. So now that I have that... Interesting. Let's examine the fallen leaves. I don't recognize this species of tree. Finally a place to sit down. The view of the scenery is perfect. And I appreciate the landscape for a bit. Good. That was nice. I was just about to get up when I noticed someone sitting next to me. Oh no. No. He's gonna confess to me. He's gonna tell me. He's like, listen, there's something I need to tell you. I've got this relationship problem, and I need you to help. Like the good guy you definitely are. Oh, I didn't see you sit there. I thought you were a statue or something. He even has a heart. Dramavian? How do I know his name? Hello? Well, maybe it is a statue, or I just turned invisible. I hope it's not the latter. Why do I know his name? Don't waste any more time. Weird. He cute. He is cute. I'll give you that. Let's search the pavilion. You never know what you'll find around a pavilion. Let's do this. What do we have? There doesn't seem to be anything important here, but at least it provides excellent shade. Huh. Okay. Let's look at the map again. I guess we're gonna go to the political district. Just as I entered the southern part of the park, I found myself tumbling to the ground when someone suddenly bumped into me. Youch! Hello, Lucius. My dude. What kind of voice should I give him? I don't know what kind of voice I should give him. He looks too nice to be, like, Malfoy. I can't give him a Malfoy voice. Also, J.K. Rowling, for 1 second, what the fuck is with the name Malfoy? You expected that family to be in anything other than Slytherin? What is wrong with you? Looks like female? Really? Because I don't see like the eyelashes that the other kind of female dragons have. So it's being a little dirtier than before? I think so. What voice should I do? This seems like a dude who's like kind of suave, you know? I could give him like a squall voice. That would be really bad though. It's Leon. Androgynous, yeah. Well, since this is my persona, I'll just use my normal voice. Can't even say that with a straight face, I'm sorry. I should really look where I'm going. Sometimes I just get lost in my thoughts. Hey, I think you dropped this. Oh, thank you. Ghost stories, huh? Yep. Oh, I should probably go before the bookstore closes. Bye. Bye. There's someone sitting on the benches. Approach the dragon. Oh, Christ, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. What a most pleasant surprise to be meeting you here, Jimmy John. Do you know who I am? I do. And what brings you here today, Jimmy John? Not quite sure of that myself. Ah, the park does have an appeal that naturally draws people in. I would know, since I'm partly responsible for creating it. Have you seen the north side yet? If not, you totally should. It's just so pretty this time of year. You created this park?
Well, some of it. Do you see the building behind me? That's where I work. Do you want to know a secret? The park was built here so I could enjoy going outside on my breaks, like right now, for example.
Speaking of your work, Remy works for you, right? I just met him the other day.
Oh, Remy? Quite the little nerd, isn't he?
Well, excuse you, princess.
Have you seen his malformed ears? Fuck you! His ears are adorable! I want to laugh every time I see them.
That's not very nice.
Be that as it may, I just can't help it.
Can I ask you a question?
You can ask for sure, but whether I can answer it or not is another question. What would you like to know?
I'm gonna ask about your visit. Well, my visit. It's me, the player. Yours. It's fine, you get it. What do you think about us visiting this world?
You and Reza? Well, I think it is about the most exciting thing that has happened here in the last few years.
Yeah, Saskia, that was an option earlier. I don't know if you were here for that.
It certainly has been a nice distraction from the other boring things I have to do with the work.
How so?
Arranging your arrival was partly my responsibility. In fact, I would have been at the portal to welcome you myself if something didn't come up the last second.
Ask about her job. Yeah, Link never got the kiss. It never happened. Can you tell me more about your job?
I could, but I think overall it's a very boring affair. It involves a lot of reading and talking and approving or rejecting forms and projects. It has its perks, but in some ways I'll certainly be happy when my term is over. If you've been minister once, that's something people will remember you for, even if those times are long past. No one can ever take that away from you again.
You mentioned your term ending. How does that work here?
We, the ministers, serve our term and then someone else takes our place. Only one minister changes at a time, though. Technically speaking, any person can become a minister, though there are certain standards and requirements that must be met in order to apply for office. I don't want to bore you with the details, as that too would be a long and tedious affair.
Tatsu Park, why not? Can you tell me more about Tatsu Park? I think I'm saying it right. I'm pretty sure it's Tatsu.
Well, I'm not so sure there's much to say about it. It just opened recently. I think the initial request was for more open spaces, like a dedicated place for people to gather and such. If you read the plaque, you would know that the park was dedicated to our so-called creator. I say creator like that because I think that word is a bit of a misnomer, but I suppose people still use it regardless.
It's not a misnomer, and she doesn't know it yet.
I suppose I should be getting back to work anyway. Well, thank you for this most pleasant conversation, Jimmy John.
So I'll bet that affects Chapter 3 or Chapter 4, where I meet her with Bryce. I bet that affects it. I don't have anything else to search. Stopping. I don't think I'll find anything else here. The afternoon sun hung low in the sky, and I decided it was time to report my findings to the police. A brief call to the department, and I was on my way to an appointment with Sebastian. Already experienced this section satisfactory. Skip the selection. Yeah, we'll skip it. Skip it. Skip it. You know, that commercial. Anyway, you said you had some information for us, so what did you find? Well, I found some dirt and a bandage. The bandage you found is something, alright. Of course, it could be anyone's, but why would someone discard theirs in a place like that? It seems suspicious to me, but is it certainly worth checking out? I'll make sure it gets to the right place. I'm not sure if there's anything special about Anna wanting Reza's blood. I mean, she's a scientist, so it's natural that she'd be interested in something like that. We'll have to talk to her about it, though. Maybe she has some more details for us. Well done, Jimmy John. That gives us some solid points from which we can continue our investigation. In any case, thanks for your help. We really do appreciate it. You're welcome. That should be all, then. Since Bryce still hasn't come back, I assume the search is still going on. I better get out of here and help him. Guess it's going to be a long day. Can you find your way back to your apartment? Of course. Alright, I'll see you later. Good luck. Seb sounds like a nerdy teenager that hasn't gone through puberty. Morty. No, I could do a Morty voice. I was thinking of doing that for one of the other characters. Maybe for Kevin. I don't know yet. But no, my goal with this voice was kind of like tolls. He runs the toll booths. It's very important. It's the only reason society stays together. You know, from that one film cow animation with Sanic. Finally, some free time. Whatever am I gonna do? Looks like there's some messages on the answering machine. Let's see. I just wanted to update you. I still don't have an open spot in the facility for your tests, but if you'll be free if you want to cash in your reward. You know I'm busy, so this is your chance for your date if you even still want to go through with that. Take it or leave it. I don't care much either way. In any case, you know where to find me. I guess the choice is mine. Yeah, we're gonna meet with Anna. We're gonna do her date. Date. Start. And just on time. Now, where is she? Hello? What's this? Looks like a message. Something came up at the last second. Wait for me, it shouldn't be too long. Anna. I guess at the last second is meant in a literal sense here, or else she could have just called me. Guess we're playing the waiting game, then. Okay, it's been like an hour, and my patience is slowly but surely running out. I'm gonna wait. I've already waited this long, so I guess I can wait a little longer. I'm not sure who the world record holder for most patient person is, but now I feel like a contender. Still no sign of her, though. I'm gonna try to get into the lab. Alright, I'm gonna score myself some sweet lab equipment. That's the least she can do for making me wait. Oh, yeah, the desktop audio is a little bit quiet. Okay, I've turned it up a little bit. Is that any better? Because I want to make sure you can still hear my voice, too. Because that's the whole point of live streaming, is the person, not necessarily the game. But you do come for the game, and you stay. Hopefully you stay for the person. You know, so that's how live streaming works. Much better? Okay, good. As long as you can still hear me over it, that's the important thing. I've had issues with that with, like, FPS games sometimes, so I tend to keep it a little bit lower. We'll see. Let me know if it needs to be rebalanced, though. Okay. Or maybe I'll just wait inside. Standing around here is getting rather tedious. Pushing the door is nothing. Here's this pulling. Guess I'm out of options here. Hey, what's this? At the bottom of the door, the corner of an envelope was noticeably sticking out. Oh, this is one of the achievements. I'm gonna take it. Anna, dick. Yeah, she left me here. Pulling at the corner, I was now holding the envelope in my hands. Well, I gotta pass the time somehow, right? Let's see. Dear Anna, appointments for the next month, treatment plan, Dr. Valledo. I probably shouldn't be looking at this. Quickly, I put the letter back into the envelope and pushed it through the gap in the door. I looked it on his envelope. What are you looking at? Your beautiful door. Where have you been all this time? Reading comprehension must not be your strong suit, because my note clearly said I'd be back soon. Note to self! The word soon now refers to a time span of over 2 hours when waiting for a scheduled appointment. Has it really been that long? It certainly didn't feel like it. Alright, sorry for making you wait. Losing track of time happens to the best of us. It happens to me all the time. I guess we missed our movie. Can't we see the late screening or something? That was the late screening. The theater's closed now. Maybe we should reschedule. That won't work, at least not for me. Today was the only day I could leave early. I won't have another chance anytime soon. So what do we do now? Maybe the coffee place is still open, I don't know. Guess it's better than nothing. Why are we in an alley? Closed as well. That's just peachy. Why do you keep working so late anyway? Because what I'm doing is important. You're doing cancer research, right? And who told you that? Damien, I stopped by your lab some time ago, but you weren't there. Is her blood blue? Is that supposed to be her blush face? I mean, there's like some extra gray there, or blue that isn't there normally. That shard-born bastard! What else did he tell you about me? Nothing much. The whole thing wasn't really about you anyway. I see. Sounds like you two don't get along that well. That's the understatement of the century. Being trapped in a small room with the likes of him for hours on end every day is a scenario born of a sick mind with the intention of making me suffer as much as possible. It certainly doesn't make my research any easier. Oh, she blushes when she's... Oh, no, you're right. She does. The stress probably doesn't help you either, and it's not worth jeopardizing your health over. Don't overwork yourself, and you can't save anyone if you're dead. If I don't find a cure, no one else will. No one else can. Besides, I was only late today because I got your stupid blood work already. You have the test results? Yeah, you want to know what I have to say about them? Definitely. Scree! Okay, how much do you know about genetics? A little bit, I guess. Don't worry, I'll put it into words that are easy for you to understand. To start off, I've found that on average, about 90% of your genes are homologous to our species' genes. That may seem like a lot, but to put it into perspective, about 50% of your DNA is also shared with fruit. To further elaborate, you and your human neighbor back home are probably around 99.9% genetically similar. If you compared the various sentient species we have here to each other, they would only be around 95 to 97% similar. As for what exactly all of this tells us, although a match of 90% sounds like a lot, it's not as much as you might think. Still, for two beings from a different world altogether, that's quite remarkable. Beyond DNA, the biggest similarity between us is within the brain structure, but that's not surprising considering our high-level cognitive abilities. And that'll surprise Maverick. What do you mean? He doesn't seem to like humans very much. I'm sure he'll be displeased to know how similar we are.
Oh, he doesn't like anyone, really. He's just like me in that way.
Yeah, you two would make a great couple.
You're a little late for that. I'm already his ex-girlfriend.
Oh! What? Shit! Really? How did that go?
Not how you might think, actually. It actually went pretty well, for a while at least.
Oh!
But in the end, we both got too absorbed in our jobs until we realized we had drifted apart too much and agreed it would be better if we just broke up. I still respect him for the work he does. I mean, we even used to solve crime together. I'll be in the lab running tests, and he'd be out in the field, chasing after the perps. Those were good times.
I guess nowadays he just chases after me.
What?
I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that, but if you know him, maybe you can help me out.
I certainly can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on.
Okay, but this is just between us, alright?
Sure, whatever.
Maverick is convinced that I'm the accomplice of a crime. He made a point to tell me that he's searching for proof to legally arrest me, or worse.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that.
Really?
It's nothing. He can't find any proof that doesn't exist.
Still, it doesn't feel nice to be threatened and stalked, especially by someone like him.
That's just him. He gets way too into it once he sets his sights on something.
I noticed.
It's his job, what do you expect?
I wish he'd just leave me alone.
He wasn't always like this, you know. A couple of years ago, he was assigned to this one case.
Wait. A couple of years ago?
He was still relatively new on the force, young and eager to help. Then reality came crashing down on him. There was a serial killer who shook up the whole town. The victims were apparently eaten. We later found out that the killer's actions were the result of a degenerative disease, which brought his feral nature to the foreground. At that point, he was just a wild animal, turned into a cannibal that hunted under the shadow of night. Everyone in town was up in arms, terrified that they'd be next. The police did everything they could. A curfew was instated and patrols guard the streets at night. And then they found him munching on his fifth victim. Poor little Maverick was not prepared for what he would find.
I bet it was Amelia. Stand back, Maverick. I'll handle this.
Oh, no, it was his friend.
Miles! Oh,
it was his brother.
Step away from the... Oh, his brother was the cannibal. I see. Step away from the body, Miles.
Miles couldn't comprehend their words, and only saw rivals who wanted to take away his prey.
Wait! Bryce doesn't have the scratches on his chest in this image.
And he wasn't about to just let go of it without a fight. Miles raised his head from his kill, blood dripping from his maw. The officer's breaths were smothered by the deathly stillness of the night. Fangs bared, the feral dragon snarled and stood strong in front of his meal, prepared to protect it from the two who intruded upon his territory.
Whatever this is, Miles, it's over. Don't make it worse now. Yep, that's where it happened.
In an instant, Miles was upon Bryce. They clashed in a flurry of teeth and claws. Miles had the advantage with his small frame and quick movements, and Bryce could not get a clear hit. It all happened so fast that Maverick didn't know what to do. They rolled on the ground, and Bryce ended up on his back, as helpless as a turtle. Miles pinned him and clamped his jaws on his neck. Bryce's claws were the only thing preventing Miles from biting down, and they were slipping, slick with blood and quivering with fatigue, as he tried to push him off. For a brief moment, Bryce thought he'd meet his end, when the jaws suddenly relaxed and he was able to dislodge them. When he looked up, he saw that Maverick had managed to get Miles from behind. He bit through his brother's neck from above.
Holy shit.
Blood flowed down Maverick's jaws and over Miles' lifeless body. Bryce had been saved, but the young dragon wore a wide-eyed, empty stare.
Holy shit. Loss. Oh! Grant, it's all making sense! Oh, God. Jesus. Yeah, Sasku, this game's fucking nice, and I'm gonna be archiving all these on Twitch or on YouTube if you want to go back and see them. Not yet. Give it a day or two. I'll probably get to that point. I'm not gonna lie. I almost started crying earlier with Adine and the... Oh my god. I don't even want to think about it. I'm just gonna stop now. I cried at the end of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, okay? I don't need more of this shit. I don't need more of this shit.
Maverick blamed himself for not taking better care of his brother. He knew Miles had problems and was taking medication for it, but he wished he could have done more to help him. The medication wasn't the right one, by the way. Maverick takes solace in the fact that he was able to save Bryce, but he's never been the same since that incident. Now he scrutinizes everyone and everything.
That game was an emotional machine. Yes, it was! Oh my god. I still, like, every time Grovyle pushes Duskmoor into the portal, I still die a little bit inside. Like, at least Sky gave us an epilogue to that.
I'm not sure how that's
supposed to help me.
It doesn't, but now you know why he is how he is. It's not unusual for him to act like this, so you might just have to wait it out. Anyway, let's get back to your test results. Since you were so interested, did you want a copy of them?
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
No problem. I heard you also wanted
Rez's blood.
Of course, I invited him over too, but that was before you arrived here.
I thought what we had was special.
Oh, it is. Reza was too stuck up to agree to anything.
You wouldn't even participate in an exhilarating round of trivia board games?
Not even that, can you believe it?
Okay, Anna's fun. She's pretty cool. Not really my type, but fun. I can almost see the sarcasm dripping from your mouth.
Still, it's kind of a shame. It would have been interesting to compare your blood to his.
What a shame indeed. Let's just enjoy our romantic date in the back alley of a coffee shop.
Of course.
Unless you want to take this someplace else.
What, you don't like hanging around dirty back alleys?
I'd prefer someplace inside.
Hey, I bet you've never had a date in an alley before.
I haven't. Not sure I ever wanted to.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Oh, hang on. No, there it is. Yeah, I can feel the adventure kicking in. I'm getting kind of hungry. I figured we'd be having a meal on our date.
What, can't you go a few hours without having to stuff your face?
Excuse me, that was not supposed to go into the mic.
I could offer you a handful of dirt if that's your taste, Jimmy John.
I already have my own dirt! Sorry, but I already have my own dirt.
Oh, really? What kind of dirt would that be?
Only the finest governmentally funded dirt from Tatsu Park. Your filthy back alley stuff has nothing on this.
You win this round.
Either way, a side dish would be nice.
I know this one place that never closes. Let's go there.
Sure. She's cool. This is fun. I like the sarcasm between the two. Ooh, what's this? Welcome to the rice fields. After several minutes of walking, Anna led me to the outskirts of town. We arrived at a farmhouse. On one side, fields stretched toward the horizon, and on the other were lush green hills with fenced populations of animals. She blew when she smirks. What kind of research is this supposed to be?
Self-serve.
You're a bad girl, Anna.
I know. How well can you hunt?
Me? Even if I knew how, it's not like I have any equipment here. Blushes Papa Franku. Oh, dude. My voice for the shopkeeper is Franku. It's Frank. Hey guys, yeah, I run the shop. It's a pretty good shop here. We got all these Macs. We got a Mac in the back. You want a Mac? I got a Mac. Got a Mac for you. You know, Papa's taking care of everybody. That's how you do that voice. See, you can only do that voice if you've smoked a lot. Is the thing. You gotta fuck up your voice enough to make that happen.
Equipment? What a sissy. You've got hands and teeth. What more do you need?
A long-range weapon, maybe?
Like fire? I suppose even you could make use of that. Alright, since I'm apparently the only one capable of acquiring food, I'll be right back.
Papa Franku is Rick? I mean, yeah, but with less alcoholism and also less science background. Nah, Rick talks more like this. Nah, he talks more like this with a little bit of a stutter in his voice. He just kind of improvises all of his lines, you know, it's just what he does. I'm sure it doesn't matter. Every possibility's already happened, so it doesn't even fucking matter, right? Right, Morty? You're right. Right, Morty, stop bleeding on the floor, Morty. I need you alive for this, Morty. I'm sorry. I can't be a voice actor. It's not gonna happen.
Alright, since I'm apparently the only one capable of acquiring food, I'll be right back.
Anna walked over to a fenced enclosure of animals that reminded me of sheep. She crouched and squeezed herself through the bars, after which I lost sight of her. Waiting game 2.0, start. It's gonna happen. Took only a couple of minutes for her to return, dragging one of the animals behind her with her now bloody jaws and hands. Christ!
Dinner's ready.
What kind of animal is this? Shit, right? Yeah, it looks like she fucking got slapped.
It's called a mouflon. Anyway, do you have a part you'd prefer? See how nice I am? I'm even letting you choose first.
Anything will do.
Okay.
Using one of her claws, she skinned the dead mouflon and divided it into various pieces. Looks like 10 blood, huh?
Do you want yours grilled or raw?
Grilled. Unless prepared properly, raw meat carries a significant risk of disease for us.
How inept can your species even be? You can't hunt on your own and you need tools and help at every step. You don't even have claws to cut things up. I'm not sure how you could ever survive in the wild. Seriously, what god did you piss off to end up like this?
Evolution. I pissed off evolution. Sorry, I'm kind of an atheist. I don't really believe in God. I'd like to, but I'm too analytical. I can't do it. I guess after millions of years of evolution, nature decided that we didn't need those abilities anymore. Instead, we got very articulate hands and arms and our upright stance. Those let us do many other things.
Like what?
Who builds everything in your society? Who's responsible for the delicate tasks like assembling electronics, manufacturing, or cooking and bartending?
That's mostly us, the runners. We've got proper hands after all.
Now compare your arms to mine. Ours are much longer and have way more mobility. Especially our fingers, they have an incredible amount of articulation. The difference between you and me is about as big as the difference between you and another of your species. Just imagine what we could do with our advantages.
Oh, you think you can school me?
Sure I can.
Don't get cocky. We've overcome the limitations of individual species with all of our technology.
Actually, we have technology back home that is far superior to yours.
I'd love to see it. Though we've already gathered plenty of information on your tech from the databases contained in the PDA. What will you do when we catch up?
If you get there, we'll see.
She opened her maw wide before a liquid shot from both corners of her mouth and onto the ground below the parts of the mouflon she had prepared.
After a few seconds, the liquid burst into flame, heating up our dinner. That's a neat trick.
I bet you wish you could do that, huh?
That would be wicked cool.
Right, it comes in handy.
How does that work, anyway? Don't you ever burn your mouth?
Not at all. There are actually two different components. They only catch on fire when a sufficient quantity of both is present.
Interesting. You know, despite the horrific gore and viscera all over her face, she kind of cute. She cute, though. You know? I mean, she's a nightmare. She's probably a murderer. She'd just kill me, but she's cute, though. Whoa, cover up. She naked? All of them are naked. Don't even worry about it. Except for Remy. He wears a tie and also glasses. Oh, no, I'm going to get demonetized on YouTube because I said naked. It's fine. I don't make ad revenue, so it's all good. The flames weakened and grew smaller until they went out, revealing steamy, appetizing pieces of meat.
Help yourself.
I grabbed a piece, but dropped it as soon as I felt the heat on my fingertips. Ah, it's still hot.
Can't take a little heat, huh? That's too bad.
Unaffected by its temperature, she took a piece into her hand, tore a chunk out of it with her teeth, and started chewing. I guess your scales are a good insulator.
Evidently so.
How does it taste?
Just wonderful. Stolen goods always taste best. I can already picture the old farmer reduced to tears after he discovers one of his precious mouflons is gone.
You're a wild one, Anna.
Thanks, I could teach you a thing or two. I think it should be cool enough for your sensitive little fingers now.
Carefully, I grabbed one of the pieces, which by now had indeed cooled down enough to not burn me anymore, and took a bite. It was a little bland, I had to admit, but not bad for something that was alive less than an hour ago and prepared in the wild.
How do you like your mouflon a la Anna?
I feel like a wild animal.
Quite different from sitting in an expensive restaurant and using their fancy cutlery and napkins, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. How often do you just go out and hunt on your own?
Only when necessary, or when I feel like it. I still go to fancy restaurants because I can afford it, but they don't mean much to me. For me, it's all about the experience, and one isn't necessarily better than the other.
Mouflon a la Anna, you're right. Excuse me, Mr. What? I can see your point. That certainly isn't how I thought this evening would go, but it was pretty fun.
Anyways, I'm stuffed.
And me too. There's still plenty left over. What are we gonna do with it all?
We can just leave it here. Hey, maybe the old farmer will help himself to it.
How nice of us to leave some for him.
Yeah, he should pay me for cooking him such a nice meal. We should probably leave before that senile has-been wakes up from his evening nap.
Yeah, let's go. Well, that was interesting.
Wait a minute, I've got something for you.
Yes? What she got for me?
Here you go, your test results, black on white.
Thanks, but did you really need to spend all that extra time getting this done today?
I just wanted to get it over with when I had the chance.
Maybe you should start thinking about not working so late on a regular basis. It might do you some good, Anna.
You know, I think you have a point. I haven't been feeling like myself lately. There are various reasons for that, but working too much might be one. Today was kind of fun, so maybe I should make the effort to get out every once in a while. Speaking of which, now that our date is officially over, we should talk about your end of the deal.
Of course.
There is an opening soon where I can fit you in. I'll call you with all the details.
I shall be looking forward to that. Alright, cool. Nothing going on today, I guess I can do whatever. Okay, so I've done that. I guess my next step would be to do it with Remy, right? Because if I'm going to do Remy's path... I don't know if I have time, though. Can you complete a route with only... Oh, she's impressed. Okay, cool. Can you complete a route with only, like, 4 scenes? Or do I need to... do something different? I'm wondering, like... Because I don't know if I can actually complete the route at this point. Because I haven't done all of them. So with Adine, I had to do hers every single time to get even her bad ending. I mean, again, I think the bad ending is like the point on the first run. For any of the characters. But I'm not sure about... Like, can I still complete Remy's good ending route in this run? Or do I need to do that on a separate run? Because I forget, because you mentioned I should do Remy, and then do I do Lorem next? Because you had a suggestion for me, Grant, but I don't remember what it was. Check something real quick. No, it's just Picaro. Okay. Lorem for chapters 2, 3, and 4. Okay, I think I'm on chapter 2 right now. Yeah, we're on chapter 2 right now, so I gotta do Lorem for those. Okay, well, I will do Bruce, excuse me. We'll do Remy at another time. I went to the bar Lorem had suggested as our meeting place. When I looked around, I saw Bryce sitting at a table, talking to someone I couldn't see. I lingered on him for a second, but soon spotted Lorem in the corner of my eye. Okay, I kind of want to give Lorem the, like, kobold voice from fucking Critical Role. For, like, 11 days! But I don't know if I can do that voice this late and for that long. He is cute, I'll give you that. I don't know what voice to do for him. Toad? No. I've tried doing a Toad voice for shit like this before. It's gonna kill my voice if I try doing that. Be with the character 2 times in a chapter sometimes. First in this chapter. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to look up a character schedule for this game at some point. Yes, Morty. We'll do Morty for him. There you are! Hey, Lorem. It's good to see you. I thought you might not show up. Am I late? Not at all. I got here early. Pardon me. Wow, the Morty voice is similar to the other one. Kind of surprised you wanted to meet me here. Don't take this the wrong way, but are you even old enough to drink? What are you talking about? Oh, I see. I can assure you I'm a fully grown adult. My species doesn't get much bigger than this. Speaking of which, are you fully grown yet? How big do humans usually get, and how do you stack up, comparatively speaking? Oh, and would you mind if I took some notes? Before we get to that, you haven't even told me yet what exactly all this is for. Are you sure you're not a reporter? If I was, Sebastian wouldn't have let me meet you in the first place. I thought the uniform was just a clever disguise. It's real, though. Sebastian knows I work for the local post office. Excuse me, but this still doesn't really tell me anything about why I'm here. You're a postman who wants to interview me for what exactly? Sorry, I guess I got ahead of myself there. Maybe a full introduction is in order, and after that you can still decide whether you want to go through with this or not. Sounds good to me. I recently graduated college with a degree in computing and moved in here with a good friend of mine. This town doesn't exactly offer the best opportunities to put my degree to good use, though. Then why move here in the first place? Living in the city can be very expensive. I can always move later when I get a job there. I've got other plans right now, though. I'm working on a video game. Video game? Sounds interesting.
Exactly! Video games and computers are just starting to catch on in places like this town. Making good content will be very important to give a good first impression. And humans have always been part of our media. Books, movies, and now games. With you on our side, this could be an amazing opportunity.
Well?
Oh, maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
Why?
I don't know, you don't seem so thrilled about doing this anymore. Besides, your job must be really stressful and you're probably already in the spotlight all the time. And now to top it all off, you got some postman harassing you for an interview. If you wanted to leave, I'd get that.
I'm gonna stay. This guy's cool. Well, I'm already here and have nothing else to do, so let's make the most of this.
Yes, thank you!
At least I don't have to be so careful now. With a reporter, I'd have to worry about things being misinterpreted or being taken out of context.
You should still be careful, but what you tell me now will influence how your entire species will be represented in my game. Don't worry though, I'll treat this as delicate matter with the required finesse.
Lorem? I'm sure of it.
How should we do this? Let me think.
Why do you want to make this game in the first place?
I've always wanted to make a video game. I've had this idea for a while, and it seems now's the right time to do it. It's almost as if you arrived at the perfect moment.
I don't know. Don't you think my visit will overshadow your efforts? People may not be so interested in playing a game about humans anymore if they had a real one show up.
Good point, but the vast majority won't get to meet you personally. Anyway, if I say I did and remodeled the humans in the game after you, people will flock to it to get a similar experience.
Well, as long as it's based on the truth, you have my support.
Awesome!
Okay, but why focus on humans? What makes us so important?
If there's one thing that people here love, it's humans. Doesn't matter if they just see them in the media or believe them as mythical creatures. For me, humans were always real. I just didn't know whether I'd ever get a chance to meet one myself. I guess I can cross that one off the bucket list. Now that we're here, I can tell you that no expense will be spared to make our portrayal of humans as accurate as possible.
I'm with you on this.
For good reason. I just love humans.
I'm seeing a lot of myself in this character. Not the human side, though. There's a reason I'm playing this game. I like this guy. He's okay. He's okay in my book. He's okay in my book. Not that my book is very good, or even has a title, or a byline on it, because I don't want anybody to know that I wrote it, because what if it doesn't work out very well? If you say it like that, it actually ends up sounding pretty weird. Besides, what if I turn out to be a horrible person? What would you think about humans then?
It wouldn't change anything, because I wouldn't base my opinion of an entire species on interactions with a single individual.
Then what is your current opinion of us based on?
Just the mess we have and the previous portrayals of humans in our media, but I suppose that's why I'm here talking with you right now. I want the truth, and all of it.
Telling you all of it might not be such a good idea.
Oh yeah, I guess that would take a lot more time than we have today.
Anyway, what's the actual game about? What do you do?
It's a community simulation game. It all starts with the player character moving into a procedurally generated community, which is inhabited by all kinds of mythical creatures, humans included.
Ah, my nose won't stop itching. Ah, it sucks. Mythical creatures like humans.
Not only are the towns you move into unique, but the inhabitants are too. There are a variety of traits that get randomized, both in looks and personality. There are many things you can do, but it's very open-ended, and you can live your life there however you want to.
Sounds like my kind of game.
Oh, really? I couldn't ask for a better compliment than that.
What other mythical creatures are there besides humans?
I haven't worked that out yet, but humans alone give us a lot of material to work with.
How so?
The question of the mythical human can be tackled in a variety of ways. There are many different interpretations of what humans look like.
For example?
In general, the mythical human can be divided into three categories. Firstly, the human is a physical creature. Secondly, the human is a non-physical entity. And thirdly, the human is a spiritual being.
Let's start with the physical aspects.
Sure, since one of our myths tells us that the human who created us eventually turned into a dragon, there's a lot of room for interpretation as to how similar humans actually are to dragons.
I feel like the Morty voice is divided. It's not really Morty anymore, but I'll try to keep with it.
I can see you don't have wings, but most of us are able to create fire in some way, or at least have a breath weapon. How about you?
I can rub two sticks together to make fire. Does that count?
Not really. Having hands that are dexterous enough to do that is remarkable, though. It's a bit strange, though, because of our myths also say that you have the ability to... that you gave that ability to us.
Interesting. And I know why, because I played the thing and talked to the masked lady, who I now know is a lady, but I'm still going to use the Xehanort voice, or the Xemnas voice for, because I think it'd be funny.
Maybe it's meant to be taken literally, meaning that when the ability was given to us, you lost it.
Or maybe we never had it in the first place. Humans are known to have created a lot of things out of nothing. After all, we only needed to discover how to create and use fire because we didn't have a natural ability to do so. We have a proverb that sums this up pretty well.
What is it?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
So a lack of natural abilities drove innovation forward. What an interesting thought.
Here's another thing. You may have many different images of humans, but in the end, only one can be right. It's also possible that what you've been led to believe about humans doesn't actually refer to us at all.
Are you implying that you aren't human?
No, I'm just saying that if you really had been in contact with humans before, as your myths imply, they would need to belong to the same species as me, and thus be very similar to myself. If they aren't, then either they weren't humans at all, or have very different origins.
So you say there's a possibility that our humans and your humans may be something different altogether? I suppose you're right, in the way that our images of humans are very inconsistent. They certainly can't all be humans in the way that we would refer to a single species. The name should probably be reserved for yours. And we haven't even touched on the other two categories of humans.
What do you call them again?
Non-physical human entities and spiritual beings.
What's the difference?
Honestly, the definition's got a bit muddled here. Going by conventional belief, a ghost could be a human who's died and thus changed into a different form. We would call this a spiritual human. An angel, on the other hand, would be classified as a non-physical entity.
What do you know about angels?
Angels basically look like humans with wings. Their existence in ancient scripts was used to lend some credence to the theories about humans having become dragons.
Because of the wings?
Exactly.
But some of your dragon species don't have wings either.
Yes, as I said, once you start delving into that kind of stuff, it all becomes very convoluted.
When we met, you also told me something about a four-headed human.
Right. With that, we'd go into the realm of creatures that just don't make much sense at all. Having four heads just seems unlikely from an evolutionary perspective. It might not really matter if we were talking about a non-physical entity or a spiritual being, though.
So in the end, you have a lot of different ideas whose only connection to each other is that you use the word human to describe them in some way.
And they share at least some basic characteristics. You fit those as well, by the way.
What are they?
You certainly are not a reptile like us, but you don't look like a conventional mammal.
Forehead's bad for evolution. Right? Yeah, none of them really have like a proper forehead. We are mammals, though.
Yes, but you're so different from other mammals we know that ultimately you're quite unique. We don't know any other sentient mammals.
You got a point there, I'll give you that. Strangely enough, we have plenty of human-like creatures in our mythologies as well.
Oh, do tell!
You already mentioned ghosts, but some other ones include dwarves, giants, fairies, and blemmies.
I think I've heard of most of these before, but what is a blemmies?
Essentially, a blemmies is a human without a head.
A human without a head? How does that work? How do they eat?
And low. Instead of a head, they just have all their facial features on their chest. Ooh. Oh god.
That's a rather weird mental image.
There's also a lot of half creatures that share some characteristics with humans and others with animals.
Like merhumans?
Sure. Lastly, there are creatures that are said to be able to shapeshift into human form. Strangely enough, some of our dragon myths said that they could shapeshift into humans, or that certain countries' royalty are descended from dragons.
That would imply that they are genetically compatible with humans.
Apparently.
Sounds rather outlandish if you ask me. We certainly can't shapeshift like that.
Are you sure?
To be fair, I never tried. Hang on. Did it work?
Nope, still a dragon.
Aww.
Oh, he wants to be human, just like some people want to be dragons. That's cute.
Anyway, how come you know so much about myths?
All part of being an ambassador. Not only did I learn about dragon myths in order to compare them to what you're like, but I also studied myths about creatures that are similar to humans, so I could find out how similar they were to yours.
Well, you're doing an excellent job so far, and it's bound to help me a lot with my game as well.
You're going to put all that into the game?
Let's just say it gives me some excellent material to work with.
I thought you wanted to give an accurate portrayal of humans, not just collect myths.
Our species will certainly be modeled after you, but that doesn't mean we can't introduce some variety with the others. People will love it if we also bring some of the more unusual myths to life.
I see. That's just battery warning, okay.
And since we also want each of the normal human characteristics to be unique, I'd like to know how much variety there really is within your species. SpongeBob is a blood.
Oh my god, you're right. I think I never watched SpongeBob again. I can't watch SpongeBob without thinking of that. Oh, Jesus. I mean, I didn't watch SpongeBob in the first place. I don't think it's been airing for... It doesn't have new episodes for a while, but it's creepy.
I've seen Reza before, so comparing him to you already gives me a bit of an idea, but how far do these differences go exactly? When we arrived here, you asked me if I was old enough to drink. That leads me to believe your average human must be a lot taller.
That's true. You could say Reza would be about average for an adult. Not that it would be impossible to get a good deal bigger than him, or even smaller than you, but those cases are rather rare and usually the result of medical conditions.
Oh, I see. What about colors? Are there any humans who are blue like me?
Not really. There's a certain spectrum of skin colors that can be lighter or darker, but so far I've seen a lot more variety in the dragons here. We do have quite a number of different eye colors, though.
Interesting.
As for things that aren't immediately visible, we also have different blood types, but I assume you know about that.
We certainly have those as well.
Some people even believe your blood type influences your personality.
That, on the other hand, is news to me.
Anything else you want to know?
Oh, we already got so much. I'll have to think about about if and how we can work all this into the game.
Have you worked on any other games before?
I worked on a few small projects during the course of my studies, and also interned at a studio before. This is on a completely different level, though.
How so?
It's my game, so I'm the one calling the shots. It's a very different thing. Just making a few graphics when you're part of a bigger team, for sure.
I see. How long exactly have you been working on this?
Yeah, must have been several months now. I've got everything planned out, and a lot of the groundwork has already been done. The most difficult things are the characters themselves, and how to make sure all the details are accurate.
Of course. Have you shown the game to other people yet?
Sure, feedback is a very important part of the development process, so I regularly gather ideas and opinions from others. I even made a website to do this.
What do they say?
All kinds of things, really. Sometimes it's hard to decide which ones have a good point and which can be disregarded. Overall, it seems like there are many people who are looking forward to playing my game, though.
How many are we talking about?
I don't know exactly. The counter on my website only tracks the number of visits, so I don't actually know how many different people there are.
What if it doesn't work out?
What do you mean?
Well, you're investing a certain amount of time and money into making this game. Ideally, you would make back your investment and hopefully get some profit on top of that.
If the goal is to make money, sure. However, I just want to try my hand at doing something like this. If some people are going to enjoy the end result, that's great. Don't forget that I'll also have made something that I can put on my resume. At the very least, I'll have been a good learning experience.
With that attitude, I suppose you really don't have anything to lose.
I can always look for another job, and maybe I'll end up working at a game studio. But I think once I've started doing something like that, I might not get this opportunity again.
So it's now or never, huh?
In a nutshell, yeah.
And that all works out with your courier job?
Sure, I can support myself this way, and I'm not really under any pressure, since I don't have any deadlines to keep.
Seems like you know what you're doing.
I'd like to think so.
What kind of tools are you using to make it? If I consider what some of your species look like, I'm having a hard time imagining how the bigger ones could program a game.
While we do have devices tailored to each individual species, I can't deny that my dexterous hands make it a lot easier compared to some of the others. One downside is I have to keep my nails short, or else using the keyboard gets a bit cumbersome.
God, I know that feeling. I work on a keyboard all day, and they're like membrane keyboards, not the mechanical ones with the big keys. So it's really easy to like clip the control key or something when I'm trying to hit shift, or shift when I'm trying to hit control. It's a pain in the ass. Keep your nails short. It makes computer playing and playing stringed instruments a lot easier. I imagine you'd have to be careful with those while working as a courier anyway.
You're right about that. One wrong move and you've suddenly shredded the letter you were just gonna hand to someone.
That sounds unpleasant.
Luckily, that kind of thing doesn't really happen to me anymore. Not only because of the shorter nails, but once you work there for a while, you just learn to be more careful. It's a bit sad not to have them as a natural letter opener anymore, though. It's not just for me. Some people ask me to open their letters for them, since doing that on their own can be difficult for someone with less dexterous and older ones.
You've been working as a courier for long?
I just got this job a few months ago, but I had a part-time summer job in the post office when I was growing up. My species is perfectly suited for the job, so they were glad to have me on board.
I can see why.
Of course, being able to fly is a big plus. My size means I can't deliver any big packages, but I often get assigned to urgent letters that have to be delivered as soon as possible.
It's getting late. Maybe we should leave it at that for today. Wait, oh shit, did he say that?
It's getting late. Maybe we should leave it at that for today.
Yeah, I should probably head back to my apartment before it gets too dark.
I got more than enough material to work with. Thanks a lot. Maybe I convince you to meet me again some other time. I'd like to get some pictures of you for reference.
Alright, sure. Here's my number.
I can't thank you enough for doing this. You've been a big help.
Don't worry about it. I really have to get going now, so maybe I'll see you next time.
Sure. Ciao.
Take care. Alright guys, that is where we are going to call it for now. I got the passion card now instead of in chapter 4. Interesting. Why's it got to be Anna? Okay, well, we are going to call it good for now. I need to get to sleep. I've got work in the morning. But maybe we'll play some of this tomorrow, after work. I'm interested in the fact that this has, like, multiple endings and stuff, so this will be interesting. I don't know how much of this I want to stream, necessarily. Like, I kind of want to go through it myself a little bit, just on my own. But, this has been fun. I definitely want to I'll at least stream the end of this playthrough. Maybe the screen records the screen this time. Oh, yeah. So, in any case, we're gonna stop it here. We'll come back to it later. Yeah, because last time I forgot for the scene I know is coming up, and I'm sure it's coming up now, and I already feel bad having done the date. But we're gonna go and call it for here. Thank you everybody for coming to watch. This was a good time, and just like part 1, this will be archived to YouTube as well. Part 2 I still haven't gotten to putting up yet. I'll do that tomorrow, like on my break at work or something. Get that process started, because it takes a while to process, and hopefully get this part going as well. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and Saskia, DM me sometime about resumes and stuff. I'll answer what I can just from personal experience, but I'd highly recommend checking with some other people too. Get multiple sources. That's the highest recommendation I can make. So thank you everybody for coming, and we'll get to this another time.